all got so much to say. It's interesting, this point about which data you collect, because of course there is data that is extremely negative, and it would be difficult perhaps to find a category for it. For example, so far a huge amount of money has been wasted by the levelling up funds, because local authorities have often taken a lot of time and energy putting together bids which have failed. Now, are you going to collect the data on those, on the wasted money, which is obviously, in these days of 13 years of underinvestment in councils and the loss of EU structural funds, means a lot to councils and will affect the service that they can give to their residents. So I think there's been a failure of levelling up already, and perhaps we're not measuring everything we should be measuring. There's a couple of dozen local authorities at the moment run by Greens as part of the administration, and many Green councillors have expressed their dismay to me on the level of waste in the levelling up fund, and it very much does concern me. Instead of taking a long-term view about what is needed, the government sought quick wins. Quite understandably, I can entirely support that idea. But they demanded submission of shovel-ready projects combined with tight deadlines for submission. And so local authorities had to quickly piece together bids rather than taking the time to develop what they might think is the most impactful and most valuable project proposals for their areas. Now, personally, I see this as a continuation of Boris Johnson's natural urge, which I saw quite a lot of when he was Mayor of London, to splash money around on grand ideas which grabbed headlines but often failed to come to any sort of fruition. So far, I don't think that the Levelling Up Fund has been value for money, and it hasn't been targeted at the areas that need it most. There's been a lot of political decision-making about where the funds go, disproportionately benefiting Conservative voting areas, it's alleged. And I think now what the government has to do with this bill is actually giving local authorities a long-term view of what is needed and letting them actually put together long-term proposals. They need capital funds that will be made available over a period of years and support them to really dig deep into what will benefit their own areas, because they will know best. So I can see a lot of late nights in my future with this bill, and I do hope that the government will listen to what we're saying.